in accordance with her, in accordance with state law, the job that she was supposed to do.
Maintaining assessments at 100% means the values for all real estate property in the town would be kept at 100% of fair or full market value.
Is this legal that they're doing this for a second year in a row?
With the town saying that it's going to be at 100%, that's what they needed to do to maintain 100%.
The town tried to do these assessments in 2020, but it was put on hold due to COVID. Then last year, properties were reassessed and raised to 100%. Cheektowaga Sloan homeowner Judy Leaston was working on filling out her grievance at the assessor's office when I spoke with her Wednesday morning.
I was totally thrown off because last year mine went up so much. I didn't fight it, and then I saw your news story. I had to come in and file a grievance.
Leaston tells me that last year her home was reassessed from $71,000 to $119,000, and her property and school taxes increased by $600. And now she's worried about another tax increase.
I'm a single parent and trying to do this on my own. It's hard, and I'm scared. I don't know if I'll be able to pay my taxes.
But it's important to note, town assessor letters state an assessment increase does not automatically mean your taxes will go up.
Assessments do not equate necessarily with an increase in taxes. The assessed value is a function of how much the property is worth. In this case, the town has stated that the assessment should be at 100% of full market value.
We were there for Tuesday night's meeting when some town board members attempted to stop the assessments, but that was halted, with others saying they were worried about legalities.
Now, homeowners have until May 25th to file grievances. The Cheektowaga Town Board has set up a special session to be held tomorrow night at 6 at the Cheektowaga Town Hall to discuss those 2022 reassessments. Live in the newsroom tonight, Eileen Buckley, 7 News.
Ever since Cheektowaga homeowners started getting assessments in their mailbox, like this viewer whose home value went up $71,000, our newsroom has been flooded with questions about how to challenge their assessment. The process is the same no matter what community you live in. According to the New York State Department of Taxation, before you do anything, you're going to want to find out if you were assessed fairly. If your property is assessed at full market value, check and see if you and your town's assessor have matching market value estimates. You might want to contact an appraiser or a real estate professional to help with this. The state's website says generally if the assessor's estimate of the market value of your property reflects roughly the amount for which you could sell your property, then your assessment is fair. If you found that your assessment is too high, though, you might want to contest it. And that starts with what's called an administrative review. It's the local grievance process. You'll fill out a form called the RP 524. You hand that to your municipality's assessor's office and schedule a hearing to talk about your grievance with the local board of assessment. If you're not successful that way, you can also go through a judicial review process. Now, I know that's a lot to take in, so we have all of this, including a link to that form that you need to fill out over at WKBW.com. Next tonight, for years, our 7 News I-Team has been breaking details about a deadly South Buffalo crash involving the driver of a Maserati. Despite the driver being locked up, convicted of serious charges, he's facing a number of civil lawsuits from the estates of the 2 people killed. But he's not alone. The I-Team's Ed Drench discovered Town Ballroom is named as a defendant, but the owner says this is a, quote, awful error.
2 different estates, 2 different civil lawsuits, but only one names Town Ballroom as a defendant, accused of over-serving an obviously impaired Antonio Brown the night he crashed, killing Kristen LeBruno and Anthony 25 III in South Buffalo back in 2019.
You say not true.
It's not true because we weren't open.
Artie Quitchoff is the owner of Town Ballroom.
We're an event space. We open 4 events. We're not a normal bar that's open 3, 4, 5 nights a week.
Not only does Quitchoff say Town Ballroom wasn't open, he says no one was even inside the building, let alone drinking, the night Antonio Brown crashed that Maserati he was driving. Quitchoff points to this log showing when the alarm was armed and disarmed. Armed early Saturday morning, October 26th, and not disarmed until Monday, the 28th. The crash happened early in the morning on Sunday, the 27th.
The lawyers involved need to be responsible, and they need to get to the bottom of the facts. And somehow we've been mistakenly implicated in this lawsuit.
He says is proof enough to show that A, the bar wasn't open, and B, this driver was never there.
Well, it is. I mean, it's excellent proof. And people always say, well, how can they prove these cases? Just exactly what you're saying is proof.
Penny Wolfgang is a retired state Supreme Court justice.
The facts must have shown that this particular bar was not responsible, that there was no causal relationship, that they either didn't sell liquor to the person or that they sold it if they did a small amount.
Both lawyers for each estate were originally going after Town Ballroom under what's called the Dram Shop Act, suing establishments that facilitate illegal drinking or the illegal sale of alcohol.
Somehow somebody says, there's a witness that says that everybody was here drinking prior to the accident. It's not the case.
He was dropped from one of those claims, issued this discontinuance.
Why would one attorney issue this notice of discontinuance, but another attorney refuse?
That's a very difficult question. We'd have to ask the attorney why.
The attorney who did not drop Town Ballroom from the case did not return our repeated calls. That's cause enough for some concern at Town Ballroom because Quitchoff, as the owner, now has to defend himself in front of the State Liquor Authority, frustrating especially now because their liquor license is up this month.
It's upsetting that in the eyes of the State Liquor Authority, we're still involved with a vehicular homicide. We'll continue operating our business as we always have. It's the reason why we've been open as long as we have. We run the business properly.
Quitchoff, on behalf of Town Ballroom and 681 Entertainment, has hired an attorney to get his business off that second lawsuit. It is important to note that discontinuance was issued without prejudice, meaning it could come back in the future if new evidence surfaces. For the IT Miami Ranch 7 News.